Hi and welcome to vlog 33. Now I'm currently standing in a sand pit just so that you guys can get a good view of the towers, and I don't even think they come up that well, but they put on like a kind of light show, so I'm hoping that as we go through the vlog maybe the colours might change, but I'm literally standing in a kid's sand pit, so I really hope you appreciate the effort I'm going to. Thank you so much for coming back tonight, and as I said yesterday, I'm really excited about this week because this week is social media week. And social media is probably one of my favourite topics in the entire world when it relates to business, because when I started in business I didn't have a marketing budget. I didn't really have any kind of budget for anything, and the one thing that I had was time and social media accounts. And I read this fantastic book called Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, anybody who's a regular watcher to the vlog, anybody who's ever met me for more than 10 minutes in my life will know how much I love this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk. He is an absolute legend, and Crush It was the first book that I listened to because I had the audiobook. It was the first business book that I listened to that seemed as if it had been wrote specifically for me. It wasn't full of fancy jargon and all that kind of stuff. It was just basically about how to get dirty, how to get your hands dirty, how to get in there at the grassroots of it all, how to just get to the guts of the business, how to understand what your customers want, how to work insanely hard and beat everybody else just by sheer work ethic and willpower alone. And I knew I could do that. I listened to that and I thought, I can do that. If it's down to skill and it's down to experience and it's down to having the most degrees and pronouncing my T's the most in the one sentence, I'm screwed. But if it comes down to absolute sheer stubbornness and refusal to give up and use of everything that was available to me in order to do that, then I'm going to be okay. And social media is the medium through which this takes you to the rest of the world. It's free. And it's not just free, but you've already got a captive audience. Just think of the ways in which we use social media. Just think of it's an escape route. You use it because you want to see nice, fluffy things, or you want to see things which make you smile or forget about your troubles, or you want to see things which are way worse than what's happening to you, so that you can almost look at it and go, oh well, there's always somebody worse off. For example, I don't know whether this is just a West of Scotland thing, but checking Facebook on a Sunday morning just to see if anybody else had a worse night than you the night before was a very, very staple part of my life for a good few years, because you've went out and made a mess of it and you want to make sure the rest of the world has as well. So there's this kind of feeling of either we're in this together, or well, I'm not that bad, it makes you feel happy for the things that you've got. This can be the negative side of social media, and particularly when talking about Facebook. Facebook just erupted into this kind of gossipy, bitchy, one-upmanship. And the problem with Facebook is you're comparing your life to everybody else's showreel. So you know how like when somebody gets evicted from Big Brother, or somebody wins, it's not Pop Idol now, is it? X Factor. They show you the best bits, right? Facebook is everybody's best bits. And you compare it to your warts and all everyday life. This can be true for businesses as well, and particularly talking about Facebook, what a lot of brands show on Facebook is the clean, polished, this is what we sell these, do you want to buy them? And that's it. And yeah, maybe you'll get somebody, maybe you'll accidentally pop up in somebody's newsfeed and they'll go, oh, I do want to buy that actually, and maybe they'll buy it. But the chances of that are very, very low, because people aren't looking for that in Facebook. They don't want to be sold to. It's the same as when you open a YouTube video now and you get a 14-second ad. You want to chuck your phone out the window if it doesn't give you the option to skip ad. You don't want to be sold to. You want to relax in a safe environment with your friends. You want to either chill out after a hard day of work and see what everybody else has been up to, or you want to find out about a particular event, or you want to just see what everybody else has been doing. You don't want to hear about the latest, I can't even think of a business idea. You don't want to hear about the latest letting agency. You don't want to hear about the latest way to save money on your bills. You don't want to hear about the latest PPI cover. So as a business, how do you deal with that? How do you make people want to hear from you? And the way you do it is you don't sell to them. And that seems crazy, but you don't. You need to play their game. You need to buy into that lifestyle that they want to have through social media. And the lifestyle that they want to have is they want things on their newsfeed to be fun, interesting, informative, funny, inspiring, educational to a certain extent in terms of, learning something new or something motivational. So it needs to be something like that. Now, you might sell door shutters, right? You might sell roller shutters. You can't really make them fun. You can't really make them inspirational. You can't tell an inspirational story about, and this is a salesman tactic, right? You can't tell an inspirational story about one of your clients who had an old door shutter and you replaced it with a new one and their life was changed. What sales trainers will tell you to do is to relate your product to a customer's need. For example, I once went to a candle party with a friend of mine, and there was somebody selling candles, and the way that she sold candles was, don't you just hate it when you blow out a candle and the wax goes all over the wall? Well, now we have something to stop that. And I'm thinking, that's literally never happened to me. And when it did, I didn't think, I wish there was a product to stop this. It's like, don't try and relate to problems that people don't have just so you can sell them something. So how do you then, as a roller shutter company, make people want to buy your product? You make them want to buy you. You make them want to hang about with you. You make them want to see what you're going to post next because they enjoy it. And there's a variety of different ways to do this. But the safest, the easiest, and the quickest is just to be yourself. If you're a one-man band or you're doing your own business and you're just starting out, your Facebook business profile should be essentially your personality in a business form. Please just make sure you've got a good personality before you do this, though, because if you're a nasty, negative person, you probably shouldn't be in business anyway, but please don't bring across that. Bring across the best bits of your personality. But that's the easiest way to do it. You don't have to think, what's the personality of my business? You just have to think, well, what's my personality? And it's my business. And let's be honest, at networking events, people are going to buy from me. Just see it as one big, huge networking event. Now, we as a company at the moment, one of my guys, Blair, is currently working very hard on some digital marketing strategy guidelines, which is basically about, this is who we want to be on social media. But at the start, you don't need that. You don't need a digital marketing strategy. You just need to know that you're passionate about what you do. Let that come across. Let social media be the vehicle that tells the world how much you love what you do. And even if what you do is boring as hell, people are going to buy it because they're going to go, next time I need a roller shutter, well, I could go through the yellow pages, if anybody even does that anymore. I could go through Google. Or, do you not remember that Facebook ad where they had the funny thing with a dog or whatever? Why don't I try that company? It literally works like that. But this may be another vlog, but I'm going to touch on something really, really quickly. But don't look for the ROI. Don't look for the immediate return on investment. Don't put up a post and go, nobody's bought anything today. It's not about that. It's about creating a conversation. It's about building your brand equity. It's about getting yourself out there and getting people to know who you are. And as soon as you discover what your personality is and how you come across and how people respond to that, and you grow your audience and you put out content which relates to you and the city you're in and informative things, and you connect with your audience and you engage with them back in their own territory, as soon as you start to do stuff like that, then you can sell to them. Then you can come in with a, oh, and by the way, we're having a sale on Friday, something like that. Or you can come in with if you were having an open day, why don't you come along and find out more? But you need to wait for it. You almost need to wait to be invited. And when you're building your business at the start, you shouldn't be looking for people to sell to. You should be looking for people to add to your community. And your community isn't just people that you sell to, it's people that you learn from, it's people that you grow with, it's people that you rely on, it's people that you buy from, and it's people that become brand ambassadors. So it's people that go out and tell other people, do you know, I came across this really interesting company, and you'll never guess what they do. They do door shutters, right? But they're fantastic in social media. I really, really love them. And then I met the guy at a networking event, and he's actually a really great guy. That happens, people. That is exactly how it happens. And don't think that social media is too big and you should stick to local networking because you're in a local area. If you're setting up a business and it's past the year 2005, you are an online marketing digital based company. You just are. That's the area that you're focusing in, because welcome to the 21st century, guys, and this is the arena that we're all competing on. So don't tell me that you don't need a website, don't tell me you don't need a Facebook page, that you don't need a Twitter. You do. You need it, because that's what your customers and your fellow business enthusiasts and everybody you work with, that's what they're operating on. This is how you build your engagement, your community, your profile, and it's also how you enjoy it. It's fun. I love nothing more. God, I just got a beastie climbing up my leg. I'm going to try and keep going, but it's really freaking me out. Oh God, I hate the sand. I love nothing more, right, than just now when I'm in Kuwait and I'm working remotely. I get up, I go to Starbucks. I've already done some work in the flat, 7 a.m. in Starbucks, get my latte, have a wee granola pot for my breakfast because I'm being all healthy now, and I'll read it. I watch everybody's Snapchat stories, and I go on Instagram, and I go on Twitter, and I go on Facebook. I spend an hour every single morning doing that, and then I'm on social media more throughout the day. It's fun, it keeps me up to date with what's happening. I enjoy it, but it's a vital part of brand building, especially now that I'm at the stage where I'm building like my personal brand separate from the business. It's like going back to a startup again. I couldn't do without it in terms of what I'm building and how I'm trying to engage with my audience. And I run businesses, and I have businesses which are 3 years old. I'm not technically a startup, even though I'm acting like it again. So if you're just starting out and you're only focusing on this one business, you can absolutely set aside the time for social media. And please don't forget about it. Don't think it's not important, and don't just pay it lip service. Make this your focus, and through the rest of the week I'm going to be giving you tips on each of the individual platforms on how you can do that. But I've got to say, I'm a bit disappointed with the light show of the towers. I really thought it was going to be more interesting than that. I'm not recording 12 minutes, 16 seconds of a vlog all over again, so you're just going to need to deal with that for tonight. I'll try and catch the daylight tomorrow and make it a bit more fun for you guys. Have a great Monday night, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Cheers, bye-bye. I've got Sunday, sorry. Have a great Sunday night. See you later. Bye-bye.